what an absolute day. This is the first taste, the first bit of spring/summer that I've had in a long time here in the UK. It's been a long old winter, a long, cold, wet, dark winter. I decided to give this video a theme, the theme of 3 mistakes to avoid to, well, I don't know, what does the YouTube algorithm like? Don't do these 3 things, avoid these 3 things to become a better photographer. I've made a few mistakes today already, but I've corrected them. Well, I've corrected 2 of the 3 mistakes, and I'm going to talk about those 3 mistakes now, and then we'll crack on with the hopefully a big hike and beautiful sunset photo shoot. But first, I'm going to get my camera out because I believe maybe there's quite a nice image behind me. Yeah, mistake number 1, make sure you press record. Right, we're not going to mess around. 3 mistakes. Mistake number 1, whatever you do, don't turn up late. You'll be rushing and you'll miss so many photographic opportunities. Mistake number 2, avoid tunnel vision. Avoid preconceived ideas of what you think might happen or what you think you might shoot. Now that's great if you've planned a shot to a T, you've scouted it out, you know what's going to happen, you know what the light's going to do, then perfect. But if you're just going on a hike and you just want to get to the top because you think the top holds the best photographs, that's a massive mistake because you're going to miss so much. And mistake number 3 to avoid, to improve your chances of success on a landscape photography shoot or hike or outing or whatever you want to call it, is don't forget to look behind you. I was going to say look behind you, that's not a mistake, that's the right thing to do. Don't forget to look behind you. Now those last 2 mistakes to avoid, I've just avoided both of them, and as a result now I think I might have quite a nice little image to kick off the day's hike. So I'm doing a big hike, one which I tried to do, I don't know, probably the end of last year, and it got completely clagged in and I didn't finish the hike. So I'm having a second attempt today now that we have beautiful clear weather. So I do have a goal, a destination. But as I'm beaming towards that destination, I'm thinking to myself, let's not get fixated in case the cloud rolls in and we lose all visibility, just like what happened last time, and I walked away with one image which I wasn't overly excited about. And then I got a piece of B-roll of me walking towards the camera, which you will have just seen. And it was whilst filming that B-roll, which was behind me because I had to turn and walk back down the trail to get that shot, I noticed these birch trees against this beautiful, craggy, hilly backdrop. Now, I think what gives this image a bit of quality and that made me want to shoot it, yes, it's a beautiful subject, but it has very nice light, soft, diffused light, which just gives it a lovely, painterly feel. So we'll get this shot and then we better crack on because unfortunately mistake number 1 cannot be avoided. We can't turn back time. All right, focusing on the birch trees, F11, beautiful, soft, painterly scene and a great one to start the day. Yeah, a really nice one to start the day, but must get going because it'll be dark before we get up there at this rate. So now we have the title and the theme of the video out of the way. 3 mistakes. Don't arrive late, don't get fixated on one destination, and don't forget to look behind you. And now that that's out of the way, we can crack on with the video proper, which is just hiking, landscape photography, and the outdoors. Whatever happens, happens. And the story from this point on, the theme of the video, will tell itself. I'll tell you what though, the light has a quality to it today. A quality, it's very hazy. And the shadows are so soft, there's no deep shadows. I think haze and layers might be the watchword for today, or watchwords. So that's where we're going. Oh, it's a bit of a schleb. You see, the problem I have with YouTube, well, not YouTube, I guess it's more me and my channel. My videos are basically man outside, either hiking or in his van and taking photographs, right? That's it. So after a while, I feel like I'm just repeating myself, like landscape photography and hiking, camper van and landscape photography. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Last week was something special, you know, cross-country skiing in the Swedish wilderness for 3 days. That was the exception, but most of the time it's me out with camera. And unless something really spectacular or something really terrible happens, like, I struggle with titles and thumbnails and they become repetitive. Of course, if you're new to the channel, I would hasten to add to that my videos aren't boring or repetitive. You know, because it's photography and everything's different. You get successes, you get failures, you get a lot of mediocrity, but it's always an adventure. But the problem I'm having at the minute is the title and the thumbnail. So important because that's what people click on and that's how people judge your video. Unfortunately, you can't watch the entire content or get a full synopsis of the video before you click on it. It's just title, thumbnail, and if everyone's just landscape photography, hiking, beautiful sunset, it doesn't do it. But I don't want to play the clickbait game either. I refuse to do that. I don't really want to play the top tips game either, or the new gear game. I just want to go out and do photography and just create. But it's hard because you've got to get people to click on the video. Yeah, I just don't like the idea of baiting people with loud, grabby thumbnails, like, you know, do these 5 things and stop being a crap photographer. That's what this video is. I've literally done that very thing. Oh, I need to have a word with myself. We're a good way into this hike and I've just realised I've just been ranting to the camera. I haven't actually shot any B-roll, so we'll crack onto the top and I'll throw in some sumptuous drone footage. Last time I was here, it was absolutely socked in and I couldn't see a single thing. And now look at it, absolutely beautiful. So initially, I was going to do like a full horseshoe and hike all the way to the summit of Mount Coniston, the old man of Coniston, which is there. It's very far away. There's a lot of up and down to get to it. Fine, but remember mistake number 1, which was don't leave late, or don't be late. So I haven't got time, essentially. It's almost pointless. So instead, we'll go to the next summit across there and yeah, we'll see. We'll assess the situation from there, because actually it might be quicker just to keep going rather than, oh no, got my spoon. Yeah, it might be quicker to just complete it anyway rather than just retracing our steps. I don't know. That's the beauty of being out on a day like this. You just roam with a camera and try and think of themes for your videos. Might be a shot. Might be a shot. Let's have a look. Woo! So it looks like a nice composition, but I tell you, it's not easy. We have these jagged rocks that I'm going to put in my immediate foreground, probably going to focus stack it to get perfect sharpness front to back. But the problem I'm going to find is, in order for my composition to be well balanced and for everything to be working nicely, I'm very much shooting towards the sun. So that could cause problems if I want to put filters on. That's what I'm thinking, and I reckon it could do with a filter or two. Too close, maybe? Tell you what, finessing a composition is an art. There is, honestly, that's the difference between taking a photograph and making a photograph. Not to sound cliche or patronising, but it's the tiny movements that make a difference, especially when you have a relationship between something striking in the foreground and the background. It pays to faff. All right, that's a 2-stop medium edge graduated filter, just to tone down the sky. Just gonna lower my tripod, see if we can emphasize these foreground rocks even more. It's made all the difference. Just dropping the tripod like, what, 10 inches? What it does is it uses the stretch of the wide angle lens just to emphasize the foreground element more, making them appear taller and pointier. There we go. Right, let's get the shot. 2-second timer, shield the filter from the sun. All right, there we go, another image for today. For those of you who love the fells and love to walk and love to hike and photography and everything that I do, we are standing on Dow Crag and it's beautiful. The sun is just starting to go down and that's what I'm going to take a photograph of. It's going down over the Irish Sea and it looks fantastic. That's good. I'm going to want the long lens, the 100-200 Fujifilm, which on this camera, because this is a medium format, if you shoot with full frame, this is the equivalent of I'm going to say about a 80 to 150, 70 to 150, something like that. So although it says 200mm, it's not quite that long, but hopefully it'll do the job for this image. Right, so it looks like there is a marine layer over the Irish Sea, which is basically thick fog that sits over the sea. So the sun, we don't see the true horizon, and as soon as the sun hits that marine layer, it's gone, and it's just touching it now. So yeah, I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure. I'll be honest with you, it's not the best, but I'm here, I'm set up, I don't see anything else, so I'm going to take it, and yeah, I'll show it anyway. I always say this YouTube channel is not my portfolio, so if you want to see my portfolio, go to my website. All my images are there, nicely categorized, or even better, I have a book, a hardback book, like over 100 pages, stories from in the field. I've even put little QR codes in the back of the book, so you can scan the QR codes and then watch the video where that image was taken. There you go. How's that for a plug? Not bad. Right, this yeah, we'll go for this. We're going for a simple square composition. The sun in the middle of the frame, which just aligns itself with a small peak. 2-second timer, f11. Yeah, I think that's all right. I think it's not bad. Head torch on. Well, head torch at the ready, doesn't need to be on just yet. Where are we? So 4.5 miles to this point. So I'm guessing it's going to be about at least another 4 back to the van. But man, such a beautiful evening. I've really enjoyed myself. You know, I set off this morning, set off today late and not really sure about what I was going to make a video about, feeling like I was just rinsing and repeating, you know, out with the camera, shoot, don't know what you're going to shoot. There's got to be more to it than that. So I had a bit of fun with the 3 things to avoid to become a better photographer, or whatever I've titled it. But I'd say I've had a cracking day. So go back to the van, have a cup of tea, and yeah, I don't know. just have a cup of tea. That's all we need. A cup of tea. I don't think I'll film on the way down. It's getting dark and I've got to crack on. So back to the van. Oh man. Well, I really enjoyed that hike. I thought it was fantastic. Yeah, the photography was all right. It's difficult to tell. I'll have to see when I get the images up on a bigger screen. But it was great. I'd like to stay in this car park actually. Probably could, but I'm not going to. I'm going to move locations probably close to somewhere for sunrise tomorrow morning, which will be next week's video. So I don't know where that's going to be yet. I'll have to get some service, check the weather, check my maps, all that sort of stuff. But I like to park as close as possible to my sunrise shooting location so I can roll out of bed and I'm like ready to shoot, just lazy. So yeah, make sure you join me next week to see where I end up. But for now, I'm absolutely done in, and I need to get some food, have a cup of tea, and then relax and go to bed. So hopefully I will see you all next week. Cheers guys, thanks for watching, bye bye.